Hey guys, this is the PPC questions and answers show. My name is Chris. On the other side is Jason, and we're here to answer your questions that you can send to us from paidsearchpodcast.com. These are real questions from listeners, and today's question is from Vidyasagar, who is from Ireland, and she works in the hotel chain industry.
The hotel chain industry.
Yes.
Sounds shady. Chris, come on. Don't. Vidya's got to know out there that we're messing around. We want to know where people are from. Vidya did not tell us. So Chris likes to make up stories. He's a very creative guy.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to get somebody mad and be angry and then never send us another question. That's my goal. All right. So here is the question. What should I do with high competition keywords? And they reference specifically for insurance, real estate, and Jason, I'm sure you can mention 50 others. You know, the stuff out there that when you do a search, it's going to be crammed full of advertisers, and you can't just sneak around and do little bids and expect to get any kind of traction. So
right.
Because I spoke first, you get first swing at the question. Jason, what do you do with high competition, largely high CPC, high spend keywords?
Well, what I do, Vidyasagar, is I have two general strategies. The first one is I go low with my bids. I honestly, Chris, I just see how low can we go? How low can we go? And if we're spending the full budget, I'll go lower. I'll try to go lower. My little device bid level adjustment is a good tool here because say you set your bids, you have different bids at every kind of ad group and keyword, and you're spending your full budget, but the cost per click is too high. You go to that nice little bid adjustment area, you put negative 25% on computers, mobile, and tablet, and you see if you spend your full budget the next day. And you keep going as low as you can. But Chris, generally, we always tell people, yeah, we like position 2, position 3, sometimes position 4. Well, it's still at the top. When it comes to super highly competitive industries with high cost per click, I throw that out the window. I try not to look at the preview tool. I try not to look at searches. I don't care if it says position 5, 6, or 7. I don't care if the client did a search and is complaining that they can't see their ad. I go as low as possible because sometimes the cost per clicks are just insane. And if we can spend our full budget getting a super low position and a low cost per click, then I'll go low. So I've got no problems not showing up at the top.
You're not going to be concerned whenever you see warnings on your keyword page saying this is not meeting first page bid.
Well, that's Google. That's a first offer, and we all know it. I mean, we're just negotiating. I mean,
there you go.
Chris, do you get concerned when it says limited by budget? Do you freak out and call your client?
Oh no, I need another $4,000 right now.
No, I go, okay, I appreciate the warning, but I'm going to run it today, and let's see if we get a click on that keyword. Now,
I'm waiting for that warning that pops up and says, it appears you're overspending. Please lower your budget.
Oh, no, we won't be seeing that one. But Chris, I often see that because sometimes I am setting them very low, and then I go to the device level bid adjustments and I go up 20%, and my too low to be seen warning no longer applies because I have that device bid adjustment on there, but they don't remove it from the keyword level, the warning. So I see it a lot, but I don't get too nervous. I just kind of let the data guide me.
Yeah. And so that's great advice. I love that. I think that's a really unique way of approaching high volume keywords, is to not be intimidated and to see what you can get out of it for the lowest possible. Here's another idea. I actually approach it with, okay, if every click costs a lot and every click has to really matter, I use that as an opportunity to cut anything that has question. So my number of keywords and number of ad groups are going to be really low. I mean, right. I some of my highest click clients that I'm working with, $90, $80 a click type of stuff. Nowhere near Jason's league here, but I actually have some campaigns that just have 2 ad groups, and in them they might have four keywords. because, I'm not interested in high volume here. I'm interested in what works, and I don't really want to go beyond that, because in the end, I don't have the money. It's too expensive to try and go crazy with the keyword volume.
It's you and I both know, if you throw a lot of phrase match in there, if you throw a lot of broad match modified, you're going to get good clicks, but at the same time, you might have to be very heavy duty on the search terms work during the first month and add in a bunch of negatives that you didn't foresee, but because of phrase and broad match modified, you're dodging these negatives every day and adding them from the search terms report. But like you're saying, if the cost per click is super high, you can't afford to do that for a month or two, because you'll blow through all the budget. Now, Chris, people watch the show for our differing, or the different takes we take to the different approaches. You're talking about going super small and keeping it tight. I don't do this all the time, but sometimes on very expensive industries, I go in the opposite direction. And now I don't do this every time, but a strategy I do have in my toolbox, because I am a Google Premier partner and I am a top AdWords manager and a successful one, is I have a tool set here, Chris, to go with pure broad keywords. And we talked about this on a previous episode, but I will go big. And by going big, I will try to bid those extremely low, because you got to be careful and see what I can get away with. And okay, by going broad match, pure broad match, showing up on a ton of stuff, but having an insanely low bid, am I able to get some good stuff and make it work with a super low bid? Couple final strategies. Again, I don't use them all the time, but they're in the toolbox. You can go wider with your schedule, because the more auctions you show up on, the better chance you have to get away with a low cost per click bid. And same thing with your locations. If you can spread the location a little thinner, go a little wider, it'll give you more searches to show up on and get a chance to have that low cost per click bid actually get clicks.
Yeah.
Good luck, bro. It ain't easy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough industry and a highly competitive industry for a reason, and it's going to be tough to get those leads. But thanks for your question. As always, like I said at the beginning, paidsearchpodcast.com. You can contact us there and send in your questions, and we will catch you next time.